I know there are many people, including one of you, who loves listening music just like I do. And personally, I love playing piano, not in like bragging way. I went to piano academy when I was very little, and I quit because I had to move my home from Korea to Mexico. And since we had piano at my home in my Mexico as well, I could play it like time by time, and I don't read the notes. I just memorize them. I write the notes like C G A blah 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 next to it, and I practice it like a couple of hours just to master one line, and that's how I got to master like know how to play like free to full music, and I kind of forgot how to play it since I haven't been playing since I left my home, but I had this really good deal around my around my place where I could play piano for not for free, but like really discounted price, which is around like $150 per month. You can go anywhere. You just need to check the QR code, scan the QR code, and get in. And that's really is it. Like the quality of pianos were good, and the reason why I bring this up is because I believe music has something to do with humans, like the way humans resonate with its their own emotions and how we even seek love and the things that we want as well. So whenever you listen to your favorite music or songs while doing physical activities or while like something that involves you to move your body, I think it's like kind of combines really well with music. It makes that moment much more special and much more colorful than it actually is. And I'm sure many of you listen to music when you're at the gym. It it not only it kind of lets your boredom goes away since like most of you, if you know how to like work out well, like including myself, like we all take at least 2 to 3 like full minutes of rest every single set between sets. So basically when you're working out, like you are just standing there waiting for the clock to ring again so that you go for next set and like exercise and so on and so forth. So it's kind of boring that time, but like not only it is like it kind of relieves the boredom, I should say, like it kills the boredom, but also it boosts the workout as well in general. And it last just like I felt this kind of like euphoria, like I felt the genuine feeling of how beautiful my life is and how beautiful this universe is, how like this crazy chance that I could have not even existed in this world. I'm sure like it was during what I was when I was listening to yeah, it was during when I was listening to one of my favorite music, and it in fact it affected me so much. It made the moment so much more special, and it kind of elevates my mood as well, and it makes you very emotional. That's the part. Music makes us very emotional and be honest with our own emotions at that exact moment, to at least to ourselves. Obviously you're not gonna like smile to every strangers like once you I'm not saying like to that point, but it makes you kind of feel wanna be a nicer person, in my opinion. It really depends on what kind of music you're listening to, but what I'm trying to say is it kind of amplifies the kind of emotions that you're having at that moment, even when you don't know, you aren't really specifically having any kind of emotions, like you're just neutral, which I find is what the most like basic state should be. Everyone's just seeking for happiness nowadays, but I feel like happiness really has nothing to do with how we all should be living in the first place, and like neutral just being literally nothing. Like I'm not angry, I'm not sad, I'm not happy, like just a peace is what we should be kind of aiming for. I'm going to talk about this in another episode, not music itself, but so I did my own research and realized music actually has like influences our mood, but like not alone mood, but how we usually act on the activity. Let's say like you listen to this specific music, music when you're working out or when you're cleaning your room or when you're heading to school, you pattern this and your brain kind of like expects this music to hit every single time you go there, you are in that moment. So what happens is you get to enjoy that moment much more, and you get to like expect you want to like you wait for that. You, oh my god, like I can't believe I'm going to the school, or I'm going to do this specific thing just because of music. And I think the music itself is very underrated, and I personally would recommend any of you who don't know, if you don't know how to play any kind of instruments, I really like genuinely, I'm not even like a genius, like a talented dude at all. You just you just go go search on Google and like find this sheet of paper, a sheet of like music note. How do you read music notes? You put it right next to it. I don't even remember at all. I just know like do re mi fa sol la si do, and like do re mi fa sol la si do. So like I literally just like a kindergarten a kid. I write like every single notes right next to it, and I play it and I practice it. Obviously, it's gonna take a lot more time than those professional pianists, people who genuinely are good at piano. Or like I'm giving this analogy in piano, but I'm sure it works on even in guitar. I tried guitar, but I failed. I didn't like it. I felt like piano was much easier and more comfortable for me. I'm not saying I'm not slandering on guitar at all. I just I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me. It took me way too longer time than like to actually know how to play compared to piano. Maybe it's just because I had prior like a little bit of experience for piano, so I have more. Um, I had this like I was inclined to more piano, but my point being, just listening to music, it's consuming the music. Like you aren't being actually part of it. It's just used as a stimulant or mood elevator, kind of like it's just a tool for you. But once you know how to play an instrument, any kind of instrument, the reason why I'm giving an analogy as piano or guitar is because I think those two are the easiest and the most accessible instruments that you can find nowadays. I know it's expensive. I'm not saying like you should purchase one, but genuinely, like if you could like invest just like 30 minutes or even an hour every single day, you should be able to just like what I said. Like it's not even a very efficient way to learn, but that's exactly like how I learned my previous three songs and free music, and it sounds so good. I've got complimented, yeah, complimented by my tutor, my teacher, but it's actually impressive. And obviously, like 99% of people don't even try. So I feel like it's such a it feels niche, but if you just try it and like try to just know how to play that one single instrument, and you get the kind of, because it's just like playing game in my opinion. It's like playing game, and like it's like 60%, no, 70% game and 30% like working out. It does involve your fingers. It does involve your like part of yourself, mostly finger, and like the posture and like all the things. But since you are listening to how it sounds and you are the one who's producing the sound, it gives a whole different sense of pleasure compared to when you're just speaking, when you're just listening to music. So just like I'm sure everyone, like any of you, have this kind of like mood when you want to like sing when you're alone in the house. And because I do that all the time whenever I felt like I want to sing, I just grab any song. Like, it doesn't matter like you are actually good at singing. You just say what like just read the lyrics, your tones off, your rhythms off. But it doesn't matter. Like it feels like when you're actually doing thing than creating thing than consuming thing. I think that's like whole another level of being creative. It gives this kind of deep sense of pleasure that you are in charge of in charge of it, and you are being able to like do some kind of music. Like it's really hard to put it, but yeah, being a creator, but not actual creator, since you're just reading notes, like doing like I mean playing the piano of someone else's song or someone else's music. but really is very different compared to when you're just listening to it, listening to any music. So I highly recommend instrument. It eases, it makes your mind really in peace. It keeps in peace. Like not only the reason why I said it's like game is because at the end you got to keep on practicing. Like you can you kind of get into this flow state. You just keep hitting that note like over and over again, that same part, because you're not as smooth as like you aren't as smooth as you should be. So like you can like listen to the sound. So like whenever it feels slightly off, you can like change it and adjust it. And that really made me think like one whole song like music is like a project that takes, depending on the person, but like a month or two if you actually invest in it, invest your time on it. And you gotta like keep on going and going. So that's why I feel like piano, like learning piano, how to play piano or instrument and an instrument, and finishing a music is like finishing a game. It has its own narratives, it has its own like beauties. You are finally hitting that part. Like this is the highest like hyped part of the music, and you are actually practicing it, and you listen, you after you finish it and you got used to it, you play it out, and like it works, it sounds so good, and like you're the one who can actually do it. So like it's a very good experience too. I think everyone should at least give it a try, because it really isn't that difficult at all. um Even my brother and my brother and I were in the same piano academy before, back then when we were younger, but he doesn't like, he's not interested in piano at all. And the reason is like he didn't even give a try. Like he always went out and hung out with his friends and played soccer instead. So like like for someone who genuinely just has no idea how to read notes, I just write notes next to it, and like that's really inefficient, but like it works for me since that's the only way how I learned it. Like when people ask me how long have you been playing, wow, that's so crazy, like how long have you been playing? Because that's the the most common answers that I got while playing piano in front of others is that like, how many years have you been practicing it? It's like, how many years did you go to the gym, kind of thing, kind of question. But it's not even comparable. Like as someone who is really dedicated in gym, and also who once was maybe a month or two was so into piano, and I finished like a song or two, one and a half in that during period of time, really difficult one. It's not even comparable. Like music, like when it comes like piano and guitar, like all the instruments, you can just pick it up and genuinely just like stop practicing it every single day for a couple of hours, and you'll be guaranteed. It's like obviously there's a limit. Like you can't learn a whole song in a day, maybe a whole music in a day. Like it would be really difficult. But it's kind of like the more you the more you practice, the more time you put in, it's gonna respond. In a sense, obviously the graph won't be like how do I say, like it won't go like as the same way as the more time the higher it gets. Like obviously there's a curve a little bit, but like I think like the maximum is like 3 hours or even 4 hours maybe. But when it comes to gym, your body has biological limit of produce of trying like making muscle, more muscle. Sebum, let's say Chris Bumstead, one of the best. I'm just one of the best, not even one of the best, just the best bodybuilder ever existing on this in human history. Let's say like he started off of when he was like 16, 15. You know, like it'll still take years. Like maybe he could cut out, like he could make the his prime physique maybe a year or a couple of years earlier, but it will still take a long, very long time, because we biologically cannot make muscle as fast as what people believe to. So you need time, you need like consistency and time, you need patience. But when it comes to instrument, like it's seriously, it's since not many people like extremely few people try to actually learn it, you'll have this extreme like advantage, like a very good advantage when you actually like, try and like you feel like, okay, this surely isn't that difficult at all. Like, why didn't I even like think of like giving it a try? So yeah, no, just want to yap about music today. Since I was feeling so good the entire day, I was like, I started my new song, new music. I'm gonna share it when I finish it. Maybe it'll take maybe a couple of weeks or 3 to 4 if I actually log in, since it's no longer exam week, test week. So I might be able to invest more time. And yeah, it just feels so good to be part of music instead of just being a consumer and fantasizing fantasizing own imagination. Also, I'm not saying it's bad, but like I feel like being able to actually play the song, play the music, and like actually living in the music, you can change the note, you can change the way it sounds at your will lifetime, and it's so good. It's so good. It sometimes feels so unreal that I can do it, and yeah, I wanted to talk about it at least once, but recently, especially last week, was my test week, so I couldn't be really invested in it, and kind of got into more in philosophy part. So today I wanted to be a little bit like soft video, like not that serious, not that deep, but something about maybe you should consider worth trying. Anyways,